Macau. By day, a bustling port. By night, a hub for the Templars to trade those who oppose them into slavery. I have located the box, Xiaojun. It's in the possession of Yu Deyong, another of Zhang Yong's tigers, the one they call the Slaver.
So he is responsible for this cruelty. I shall pay him a visit.
Tread lightly, sister. The Templars are searching all ships and cargo. They are looking for us now. I know you can kill these lesser men with ease, but I would suggest you remain invisible. A ghost, until you find your target.
What's up, ladies and gents? I'm your host on Channel 1. Welcome to more Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. Having lots of fun with this game. Hope you are too. This is a really challenging mission. Just got done completing it, Shadow Gold. And now I'm obviously going to be doing it for you. The way that I've said previously before that I go through and do it is I go through and I make sure I grab all the collectibles. And then I obviously restart the checkpoints once I grab the collectibles and try to find the best routes to be able to get through it with Shadow Gold. Now, I know a lot of you out there are saying, this is Assassin's Creed, you need to kill people. Well, you do. And this is one of those missions where you're actually going to get to kill quite a few people, because the secondary mission is to kill the 3 Templar informants. So, again, an assassin he kills only who he needs, or only who he feels he needs to kill in order to get by the mission. And of course his natural target. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get through here. So the path that we're going to do is going to be more straightforward, as you don't need to get the collectibles. Although I can assure you, you can get the collectibles and then restart the checkpoint to go through and get your shadow and gold. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and it is go time. Again, this is a really fun mission. This was one of the missions that I did not get a chance to play at Ubisoft in San Francisco. Something a little different is we have to tread lightly, because floors now have a little bit of weight to them. You can actually hear things just like that. But no worries. We're going to keep it nice and stealthy. Of course, my goal is to be able to get through this completely stealthy, but... well, we're going to get shadow and gold. It just depends on if I mess up or not, and I might have to have an edit. So luckily we don't have to get any collectibles, which means we don't have to go out into weird, unordinary places. So we can just kind of tread the normal path, which is significantly easier for Shadow and Gold, as it is, you know, what I would still try to do is I would still try to get all the collectibles, Shadow and Gold, to see if it was possible, but again, you know, they're just not really. It wasn't made to pick up the collectibles while you're doing this, so keep that in mind. Alright, so this one's not a very difficult one. You can see that he has a bright time where he looks up. So really all you need to do is set yourself up. Get a little bit closer. There you go. Go ahead and use a distraction so that way when we get close to him we can get down. And that does not give you away or anything like that. He never really saw you. So keep that in mind, as you'll still get your Shadow Gold, just as long as he doesn't see you and the red doesn't go up any. That's the real problem. Now you can see there is a box under there. So the challenge, of course, for you will be to make sure you can grab that box. You have to come back around to get it. It wasn't too difficult, but it's still, you know, not the easiest.
而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。我会罩你，你也别忘了罩我。
This is just letting you know what's going on here.
在高凤跟马永成死后，于大用要我们更加谨慎小心。刺客组织真的回来。
There is a brief period of time where these guys can look. And then they just go back into their normal patterns.
This 趟巡逻真是平静。是啊，没什么动静。随时保持警戒，希望能一直都这么平静。而你们也要信守承诺，好好保护我的安全。
Now, of course, you would need to go to the left if you want to pick up that collectible. And of course, since we're still in this area where you can easily be heard, still remain quiet. And you'll see that there's, if you need to, we'll go ahead and do it just in case. I don't think we really need to, as we still seem to have a lot, and I'm not sure which ones it's going to let us grab anyways, but it's always good to refill, especially if you're missing anything. But it looks like it's got as much as we're going to get. Even though it does say we're missing a firecracker. Not a big deal, though. Alright, so let's see. What do I need to do? This guy doesn't give you long enough of a turnaround to really get in there, so you're going to have to use one of your things.
I need to get his attention elsewhere.
So he'll come back. I don't think it's safe to try to do the roll when he's that close to it. Get it go. It's like, not this time. I'm not that much of a fool. Kind of are. It's alright. It's better just to be patient. Sometimes I like to risk things and go fast, you know, just to give you guys some more exciting kind of gameplay, but we want to get as far as we can go without having to restart a checkpoint or something like that, you know? It's always more of a challenge that way. Like a glove. Alright, so this part's a little bit more challenging. Now, there is some collectibles over on that side where he is. However, we don't need to go that way. You do need to go at least that far in order to make him think that you're going that way. Don't go too far. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to drop down here before he turns around. You are going to want to distract this guy a little bit. There you go. There we go. That last part was a little bit harder to get everything at the right time. Now this is where it can get a little confusing because there's a couple of different directions that you need to go. Now don't be confused by mixing the secondary objectives with shadow and gold. You are allowed to take out other enemies.
I have heard rumors about the Portuguese smuggling slaves out of here.
Templar informants. The worst kind of traitor. I will end their betrayal.
Alright, so this isn't exactly an easy part, but you don't have to worry about it. You can actually get into a fight here and it will not at all mess up your record. So what we're going to do is actually, let's go ahead and refill something. Now see, not every one of these refills everything back up. So as you can see, that one only refills noise darts. So we want to get his attention as much as possible, but you're automatically going to have to take this guy out. Just because it's better to take that guy out than to have to have like a body found with a guard still alive, you know what I mean? So this is just one of those times where the game knows that you're not going to be able to do it a specific way. So it allows you to bend its rules a little bit, and you don't have to worry about the whole like shadow thing, because there's no shadow groups. That's what happens when you drop off. But there's no shadow gold in that section right there. It's just straight up kill the Templar, and you can go ahead and kill the other guy. So with this one, in order to get across, there's actually, if you go, I don't need to do it, so I don't need to waste anything. But if you unleash this right there, you can see there's a little red thing that's attaching that. It goes over to this side, and you can pick up an animus shard. So that's pretty much the only reason you need to do that. Other than that, you don't need to do anything. So as far as this goes, it's going to teach us a new thing here, I think.
Some enemies will unleash a volley of strikes in a single attack. Good. Keep going. You've got it. Now let's deal with enemies that block your attacks. Use a standard attack against the enemy with a shield. Try again. Enemies with shields will repel standard attacks. Use a heavy attack to degrade the enemy's defenses. Good. Keep going and destroy his shield. Good. Keep going. Excellent. Now finish the job and kill him. Remember, you can also roll over an enemy to bypass his defenses.
Alright, so there's nothing that we need to get over here. There would be normally, so, but there's nothing that we need to get. So we're able to skip this really easy. There's also another little animus shard that's below here where he's looking, down where he's looking. But since we don't need to collect it because we're going shadow gold, you know, we're able to get by that a little bit easier. These guys aren't too bad to mess with. You're still able to hide in places. It's only when they're actively searching for you will they be able to find you. So I don't know why that's a little weird that way, but... So this is another one of those real tricky parts. I really love how this game is actually challenging me a lot to try to figure out the best. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wait. The reason you're going to want to wait is mainly because as long as he doesn't see you do that, and you can do it fast enough. Alright, so you're going to have to get over here very far so that he doesn't see you, because once he sees that thing come up, sometimes he'll check it. I'm not sure if he's going to this time, but it doesn't look like he's going to. Alright, so we're good. Sometimes we'll actually check down in this area, so that's why you gotta watch out. Now there is, you know, like one of those right there, so I think I'll go ahead and try to get that just in case I need some things up ahead. Just kind of be a little patient here. The tricky part is trying to remember everything. You'll see him turn around. Nice. Now, I don't know if you noticed that he had something different on. That was an informant. Alright, so this part is freaking hard, and it's just really hard, so try to do what I do, I guess.
雷大用要我们搜寻所有船只，我们在找什么啊？看看有没有任何不寻常的地方。怎么回事啊？大概是风台吧。
Once you learn their patterns and what they do, it does become a little bit easier, but you want to be as fast as I am or else you pretty much won't make it. This one took me quite a bit to figure out the correct route. Now, don't be fooled by thinking that you can just come out and go ahead and move forward. Luckily, he doesn't see you because I don't know if you can tell, but there is something there. And he does turn around twice, so the developers really wanted to test you there. So he will rinse and repeat, and he'll do the same thing. He'll go all the way back to the other side. Should give you enough time. Make sure he's way past the window. Remember, there is a bird right there. So you want to stay down. This is where you want to use your firecrackers. Make sure you don't go up. Alright, so just wait. As soon as he turns, get over here as soon as you can because you're going to need all the time you can to get over here before he turns back around. So, alright, so there's your third informant. Make sure you're out of that little path right there. There's going to be another, I don't know, what do you call it, animus shard right down here. It'll be just to the left where I am right now. And then there you go. There's another animus shard to the right here if you go up this wall. However, there's only an animus shard, so we don't need to go up the wall. Now, you didn't at all have to go the route that I went. You could have actually took this route that is to the left. Now, before I forget, if you go back over where that hay bale is, if you jump off to the side of the boat right there, I don't know if you can see it. You can just barely see it there. There is another treasure in there. So again, it really shows you where it is. So there's no reason to have to explain it too much. But this is like another way that you could go just to buy if you didn't want to worry about the secondary objectives. This is one where it's going to automatically give you these throwing things that you actually need in order to. And you will need one more, so.
Got it.
I have to admit, I'm really having a blast playing this. And I know a lot of you out there just like, oh, this isn't Assassin's Creed. You know, it is totally different, but it's still got the stealth elements. If you want to be an assassin, you can be an assassin. If you want to do it completely stealthy, you can do that too. It gives you the opportunity. And that's what is important. A game that gives you the choice of a player and that does good on all three of them. So with this guy, you just need to wait till he turns around. Then you're good. Now this part is really tricky. Got to time your movements well. So let's see, what did I do last time? I think I used some distractions to get these guys, so I only had to worry about at the perfect time to get by him. Just like that. Now, this is the way you need to go. If you go the other way, you'll get a animus shard. We need to stock up. See, the game really wants you to use some of those not collectibles, but distractionary methods. So luckily, it does give us opportunity. And it usually gives you what the game thinks you're going to need up ahead, so it looks like it gave me noise darts.
A little distraction could help me here.
什么？啊？
There we go. Almost done, ladies and gents. Now there's an animus shard right below there, but we don't need to get it, and we're just gonna go. And ladies and gents, that's gonna be it. There you go. So the maximum level score is 1720. It looks like we've got all the points in the gold on the shadow level. We completed the secondary objectives, and of course shadow gold style bonus 200, 1720 maximum points allowed. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the walkthrough so far, and we will see you on, what is it, memory number 4. Peace out, bitches.